I'm sorry. 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 I thought one of you would be the failures here. I thought one of you would be the underachievers, right? Everyone has that. Everyone knows somebody who doesn't do as well as somebody else. Instead, I'm the underachiever today. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Those of you who don't know, there was a channel that was specifically just about us posting the emote shitters, and it was specifically you have to post the emote shitters, but I fat fingered the T, so it's over, and you can't. I refuse to allow edits inside the channel, so it's over. We've lost. We've all lost. I was thinking to myself, okay, well, surely it won't be me, right? It'd be funny if it was me, but I didn't want it to be me. I wanted it to be somebody else so we could shame them. Instead, it's me. And I'm sorry, everyone. Welcome to today's stream. My bad, I've been gone for a while. Yesterday I was playing games with others. When I'm playing games with others, I treat that as personal time. I don't want to... It's like pleasure and work. Like, do you really want to, mix in work concerns with the people that you enjoy? Maybe, if you know how they work, then, maybe you understand that maybe it's a good fit. But I don't know how these people work. So, it's better if I just spend time with them as friends. So, it was good. That's why I was gone yesterday. The day before, it was a last-minute work thing. Sorry. What's funny is that that last-minute work thing went awful because I thought it'd be fine. And then my internet died because somebody pulled the power cable. So that job interview is gone now. It's completely gone. But hey, you know what? Learned a good life lesson. As soon as I get a job, I'm going to install a T1 straight to my house. Straight to my specific computer as well as my wife's computer. Because both of us need a certain amount of buffer to everyone else's stuff. We're going to be doing some very fun things today. There's actually not much to talk about. Actually, things are pretty depressing around the world. So just to move on from it. There wasn't much funny things, although I will say there is a new Sleep Token song, which I haven't listened to yet. So if you do get a chance to listen to it, please tell me how you like it. I need to go listen to it. And I do have a small announcement. You will be seeing some cool new stuff on the stream very soon. I know I keep saying this, but now I've actually had so much time recently. It's been great. That I've been able to get some more progress on these things for the stream. The new website should be going live in about a week and a half. It depends. It depends on when I'm done some other project of mine. So we'll see how it goes. And then next week we'll bring back the programming of the online sandbox and stuff. I just need to figure out what's a good time schedule with my wife's stuff. So yeah, that's how it's going to go. Today we're going to be playing some The Root Trees Are Dead, as well as some whatchamacallit, infra, because we're going to leave the Tesseract today. Okay, if you don't know the Tesseract, it's this one specific scene from Interstellar, which I can't show you. So instead, I can't show you it. So instead, just have an image of Dream Girl of Dream Club. Here, just have an image of Dream Club. Here, yeah. Just have this. I can't show you it, so just imagine this. He's surrounded by a cube where you're trying to survive, okay? And then he's falling through this well, it's not really a cube, it's like a multi-dimensional thing, but I don't really get it. So let's just say he's falling through a tube, and he sees different images of the past and the present and stuff. I don't really it's one of the stranger time travel plots where that movie's time travel plot doesn't feel like other time travel. This is spoilers for Arcane Season 2. Because my buddy just recently rewatched it, and we were watching it with them. When I look at Arcane Season 2, I think to myself, they butchered the entirety of the time travel plot for the sake of adding a million different plot points all at once. And I don't really know why they did it. But at the same time, you have the other end where it's Interstellar, where it only matters in one single situation, but where everything is implied to have been a part of it. And then you have something like Tenet, where everything is about time travel, and where nobody seems to understand, and the spoilers that the dude in Tenet hired himself, which is like a 5-head. Basically, he just goes back in time more and more and more, and he keeps hiring himself sooner and sooner and sooner. I wouldn't be surprised if Christopher Nolan makes a sequel to Tenet, where it's Tenet 10, and he recruits himself as a baby. Because that's a logical conclusion, right? Is he recruits himself. The bad guy keeps going back in time, so he has to recruit himself sooner as well. And they just keep fighting to recruit someone younger. There's gonna be a Tenet 20, where both of them they go back in time to recruit the baby, and then they send the babies to like assassinate each other or something, right? And so you have like three babies fighting each other. It's my imagination, at least. It's what I believe would happen. That there was a point in time in my life when I thought to myself, maybe I could be a part of like maybe not Mega 64, but maybe College Humor. But yeah, we're gonna move on. I'm gonna play some games. I have two songs for you actually today. It's one song fits very very well with what we're going to do. It's also from a new band that well, it's not really a new band. It's just new to me that I found recently called I forget the name now. Let me see if I can remember their name. March 13th. Bad Omens. It's a very interesting band in the sense that they don't they it's weird the way that they make the music. Like they have two different versions of their music. They have like the normal version, which is the very heavy metal, bursting your ears style music, and then you have the other version where it's about them just playing the instruments on like a rock in the middle of like some shore in probably Iceland, which is a very very cool look to be fair. And I really like their music because it's surprisingly solid. It sounds, I mean, it. I think it's one of those things where if you've heard the style of music, then you know what you're getting into. But at the same time, I think they do it well enough that it still sounds good and interesting and like fresh. And in general, I just like the way that the person's voice sounds. I'm very particular about person's voices. Like I, do you know? Here, it's. I don't know how to say this without pissing people off. Do you know what Alanis Morissette? She has this one song called "Ironic," which I'll play a snippet of right now, so you can hear what ironic sounds like. If I can find, well, you can't really tell there, but like, there's a certain quality to her voice that for some reason I can't listen to for very long. Like I can hear some of her songs fine, and some of her songs hit me very very well, and lyrically the songs hit me, but there's just something about the voice that it doesn't bother me, but like it definitely isn't as pleasing as I would have hoped, right? It's something that you hear more in her older albums, let's say from like 2007 to 2012ish, I guess is the time frame. Her latest ones, I actually like them more than her old ones, but Ironic is like the least of those, but it still has that quality to it. And I say this as somebody who has a very annoying voice, right? It's just the way that sometimes you like certain sounds, I think, and sonically, I enjoy when somebody's voice is a particular style or a particular way, or it has a certain quality and smoothness to it that allows me to sort of ignore what is actually being said and just lets me feel it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like sometimes you get a sound. Sometimes it just sounds. I don't know. Like maybe it's just a taste thing, but for me, it doesn't sound like something that I would be able to listen to for a very long time. Whereas the singer for Bad Omens, their voice is very very smooth for some reason, and they can do two different styles very very well. What's funny is that their more popular stuff is not their heavy metal stuff; it's their acoustic stuff. And I don't know what this is the thing, right? It's like how do you label these bands? I don't know, but I think we're in a post-label, post-genre society. Like genuinely, I think there's probably like we probably entered this a long time ago. Granted, right? Because I remember the 2010s being the ultimate exploration of genre bending and genre melding in popular music. This was the time when everything was combined with something. So every song had two parts. One was like, maybe it was a melody and a hip hop, or maybe it was like rock and then jazz, or maybe it was like, I don't know, death metal and then like I don't know, and then girly pop. I don't know, but like after that, like into now, I think now especially we're starting to see the newer bands pop out, and they don't care about labels and genres. They just make noises. It's very weird. It's a very fun time for me, at least in terms of music. So hopefully you like the song too, because I do like the sound of it, and I think at least for me the lyrics make sense for what we're going to be doing today, given that it's a puzzle day. So please do enjoy "Never Know" by Bad Omens. By the way, it's very loud. I'm really hoping that today feels like that. But what's funny is that like lyrically the lyrics fit into like a Linkin Park song, but then musically, sonically, the music fits on like a stage where you'd see somebody headbanging and then someone kicking the shit out of someone. Like it's a weird Dechoto Mate. But yeah, hopefully we do finish the puzzle games today. And actually, I do have one thing to show you. Because I forgot that I found this recently, and I thought it was funny. So there's a developer and there's a tool called Warado, and I've been checking it out because it's important for some very specific things. Oh, you were absolutely headbanging to that song. Yeah, it's a surprisingly good song to headbang to. But then the lyrics are like I can see the lyrics being instead of a Linkin Park song. It's just funny. It's like two different sides to it. But that's why I like them. Like it's fascinating. Because I've heard a lot of metal bands that range from like super serious to super fantastical to super like parody. And then, but like, there's something about those types of songs where it's like super fantastical or super parody that I don't really vibe with. Like, I do like more serious things, but I don't want to say that because people are going to get the image in their head that I'm a super serious person. But it's like, I like to listen to music to get the feelings in my heart out. You know what I mean? So it's nice to get like a very super serious song that you can listen to and relate to and think about and sort of like really dissect and see how and then have those thoughts sort of like rebound off of your own life. I enjoy that process, but now I sound absolutely I sound like an elitist. I sound like a we're just gonna move on, okay? I don't sound fun anymore. Look at this. What does this mean? This is a real GitHub group. This is a real GitHub organization. Personality China. They're doing like the finger thing, like the finger thing that you do up someone's like, you know what I mean? And then the description, and there's a series of numbers down there that I'm terrified to even check. Best Surman in game devs. Best game devs in Surman. I don't know what this means. And they make a bunch of really interesting weird things. Not the least of which a ton of market things and an online or like a free community-based music game where this is apparently just like it's apparently exactly like I forget the name of it now, Osu, but for your fingers on your phone, but all community-based songs. So I don't actually know I don't really know the difference because I feel like Osu would just be this it anyways. But yeah, it's a very odd thing, and they also make Wardo, or like one of the people who's in on it makes Wardo, which is this really cool scene creation tool for like 3D scenes and stuff. So I don't really know what to expect anymore. Like there's something this is something new too, where it's like there's newer and newer meme cultures popping up within developers, and I just don't get them anymore, right? And I yearn for the days when I understood things. Can somebody please explain this to me? No, you love songs where you connect with the lyrics, right? Like there's something about it. But like every time I say it, and I listen to myself, I sound very elitist or very weird. Because it's not like the parody songs are bad. Like this song, I think this song is an absolute banger. Where is it? This song is a parody song about food. And then it's about like it's about the flavor of food, and I think it's when you listen to it, it's really good. Let me just get the actual like link to it. But then it's like, I don't really I listen to it and it sounds cool, but I'm like I don't know how I should feel about it. Like I don't really feel anything except for the fact that wow, it was really cool. Here, just listen to this. It's literally a song about how to cook food. But see, like I actually like those songs too, right? But it's like I'm not gonna think about that song. Like I'm not gonna think about that song on the bus home after like a particularly traumatic event at like work or like life, right? Like I'm not gonna get laid off and think about that song, right? So it's kind of hard for me to connect to her, but sometimes like it's nice to listen to. But it's one of those songs where it's like I listen to it once, and it's like, all right, that was sick, that was really good, right? But and again, it's not a bad song, and I am glad that that's Bloodywood specifically also does more serious songs too. New Delhi was a good song, and then they also somehow got, I feel like Baby Metal collabs with everyone, but still they somehow got Baby Metal to collab with them too. And they have a really they have a really nice cover of Heavy by Linkin Park, which is their first one, which is still really hard to find for some reason because it's like taken down everywhere. But you can find a couple of links here and there on YouTube, and it's really really good. But then like yeah, it's just there's something about those joke songs where it's like they sound really nice, and they're not bad at all, and it is fun to listen to, but it is just a single listen. Like you don't really want to hear it over and over and over again. Again, like as good as it is, I just can't imagine myself being depressed on the bus ride home, right? And that's gonna be me soon. Right, as soon as I start my new job, it's in like middle of nowhere. I have to take like a train ride for two to 3 hours there and back to go to work. So I'm not gonna put that song on as I imagine how weird my life has gone. Right, so. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to connect to the songs like that. But it is still sounds good though, and I still like it. Anyways, sorry, enough music. I'm done blowing out your ears. I'm going to blow your mind now with certain revelations. I have none actually. We're gonna move on to the root trees are dead. Give me a moment to set things up. I said I would play. It's a root tree. Like I said, I'd play infra. But I thought I'd be done in 2 hours. I thought to myself, there's not much left. I can finish this in 2 hours. I didn't know I would be that lost, nor did I know that I'd be that distracted by things. So instead, I say goodbye to you all. Goodbye. And I hope that you all have a good day. I'm going to go sleep. My head hurts. Tomorrow... Am I here tomorrow? Oh, yeah. Tomorrow, we're going to be playing games with Nagi. We're doing an archipelago run. By the way, when I was younger, I used to pronounce it archipelago. I wasn't really the smartest child. And we're going to be playing an archipelago run where I play for the first time ever Castlevania 64. Or to me, it feels like the first time because I don't remember anything about the game. But I remember playing one of the 3D Castlevanias that wasn't the remake or like the retcon. So it was probably the PS2 one, and for the first time, and every death of mine affects him as he plays Pokemon. So if you're into that, and honestly, Castlevania 64 is a very interesting game. When we were testing it out, I highly recommend you swing by to like see it and see how it goes. So, thank you everyone for showing up. Please have a great day. I'm gonna see who to raid that usually raids me. I don't like to raid someone new because it's like weird. I don't know. It's like when you raid somebody new, right? It's like walking up to somebody on the street and saying, "Hey." It's a little bit like awkward, but like that's how all the people who rated me met me, is because they're more brave than me. Like they're more willing to walk up to someone on the street and say, "Hey, I don't have that in me." So instead, there's no one online. So bye. Yeah, just bye. Just everyone leave. Bye everyone. Have a great day. Enjoy your days. Sleep tight. It's more like having a bunch of people hold your hand, but then giving them over to a stranger. Yes. Yeah. I like that. I like that analogy because it implies that you're all like dogs. You're all like dogs that I put the leashes on, and I just hand over the like leash and it's like, these are yours now. On the street, no, but online, yes. As I go, I give you one piece of sage advice.